Hello, everybody, and welcome to Political Science 1018 Introduction to American Government and Politics. I am your instructor, Dr. Dirk Horn, and this is a navigation video for the online class that will show you how to get started in the class the first week and show you how the class is laid out so you are familiar with the layout of Canvas and also what you need to do to succeed in this course, right? So let's get started. When you log into Canvas through the link I sent you stating that the website was live, you'll be presented with your dashboard, right? You log into Canvas with the same credentials you would log into Blackboard or MyCSUB. So once you log in, you'll see all your tiles of various classes that you're enrolled in, not only for summer, but for fall 2020 as well. For our class, you want to find the tile that with Abraham Lincoln here, Political Science 1018-760 as the course, and go ahead and click on that. When you click on that, you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. And I'm going to enter into student view to allow you to see what it looks like on your end, right? So when you log into the tile, into Canvas, and click on the class tile, you'll be taken to the class Canvas page that looks like this on your end. The first thing you want to do is to start here where it says read this first, right? Obviously. When you click on that tab, you'll be taken to a page that contains not only the navigation video, which you're watching right now, but also the introduction video that tells you a little bit about myself, as well as introduction more of the structure of the class, right? This video is to show you where the various assignments are at and show you how the course is laid out so you can get started, right? After you watch those two videos, you want to back out of this and go onto the page directly below this page that says how the course works. After you read that page, you'll want to open the syllabus, which is directly below how the course works. Read it very carefully, then take the syllabus quiz, which is directly below the syllabus, right? After you take the syllabus quiz, you'll want to introduce yourself in the student introduction discussion forum. This is the only discussion forum you have to complete for week number 1. Other discussion forums will start in week 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And then lastly, you want to complete 2 inquisitive assignments. We'll talk a little bit about the inquisitive assignments here in a minute, but these 2 assignments are just for you to get familiar with the inquisitive assignments themselves. There are no reading required. It's just simply 2 quick assignments that shows you how to use these assignments. So when you actually apply those for points during the covered chapters, you'll know how to knock those out of the park, right? After you complete all 7 steps, right, then you're ready for the course material to open up for week number 2, right? Please note that the material won't open up until you complete all the assignments in module number 1, right? So read this first was the page we were just on. Then you'll want to click on how the course works after you watch the 2 videos in the previous page, right? This essentially lays out a structure for you to go about the week. Some people are good in online classes. Some need a little bit more structure. This schedule is for those that need more structure, right? Feel free to implement any type of schedule you want. Just make sure you meet the couple due dates that we have throughout each week for the various assignments, which we'll talk about here in a minute, right? After you read how the course works, you'll want to open up the syllabus here. You can download a copy as well. It was attached to the email that I sent out stating that the course was live, right? After you read the syllabus, you'll take the short syllabus quiz here. You have until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. to complete that. And then after that, you'll want to complete the discussion forum student introductions, right? You just go ahead and click on that. That'll take you to the forums. You just read the discussion forum prompt, right? This week is just an introduction. It's nice and easy peasy. And then the way you reply is you simply click reply here, and then you'll be allowed to type up your answer, right? After the student introduction discussion forum, you'll want to scroll down, read this information here. A lot of this is just restated from what's already found in the syllabus. Here's some links to your ebooks for We the People in Governing California. And then here is your inquisitive assignments link, right? So after you do all the assignments in module number 1, you read the syllabus, you watch all the required videos, you do the student introduction forum and the syllabus quiz, then you need to come down to We the People inquisitive assignments, right? You won't do the Governing California inquisitive assignments until week number 5, so just focus on We the People for the first 4 weeks, right? Go ahead and click on that. That'll take you to a page that tells you how to basically register for the inquisitive assignments, right? For the inquisitive assignments for both books, for We the People and Governing California, there was a code that comes with each of those books when you purchase them from the bookstore. If you did not purchase the books from the bookstore, that's okay, because you can purchase the ebook version that comes with the code. You can get both access to both books and both codes for about $70 through the publisher if you buy the ebook version alone, right? And then when you get down here and you click into Inquisitive, it will give you those options when you register for the Inquisitive of, do you have a code already? Would you like to purchase access to a code? Do you want to just buy the code access rather than the code access and the ebook, right? From those of you that have taken AP government in high school or got a good grade in your government high school class, you may be able to get away with not purchasing the book. Those of you that it's been a while since you've taken government, those of you that didn't do very well, or this particular subject is not your cup of tea, you may want to buy the book in order so you have that resource as well, right? So when you click on the We the People Inquisitive, watch this video that'll show you how to register for Inquisitive, right? You'll follow the exact same steps for the Inquisitive for Governing California, though you use the code that came with that book or the code that comes with that ebook, right? Anytime you have an issue with Inquisitive, you'll want to submit a support ticket first. I can't help you. I can't access the assignments until you submit a help ticket, and you do that here. There's also information in the syllabus about that, right? And then you would make sure that the student set for Inquisitive matches this right here, right? To access Inquisitive, you just simply scroll down to the bottom of the page, you click the grayed out window here, and it'll take you to the Inquisitive page, right? And this is what it looks like. Essentially, you'll have access to register, right? And if you have the code, you can do all that there, right? It'll make a lot more sense when it's in front of you. The first 2 assignments that are due this week, right? Again, Sunday by 11:59 is how to use Inquisitive and how to read charts and graphs. The way you can tell which Inquisitive assignments are due for each week, there's 2 different ways. One, you can look at the syllabus, and if the chapter is covered that week in the syllabus, then you need to complete it for the Inquisitive, or you can simply come to this Inquisitive page and look at grades accepted until. These are the due dates of all the various Inquisitive pages, assignments that are due, right? Notice that chapter 1, even though it's assigned this week as reading, I went ahead and gave you guys an extra week in case you can't get a hold of a book. You need to work out all that logistics, right? So you have the 2 Inquisitive assignments, how to use Inquisitive and how to read charts and graphs, that are due by 11:59 p.m. this Sunday, the 31st of May, and then chapter 1 and 2 are due on June 6th, next Saturday at 11:59 p.m. I'm giving you a little bit of time to get going on chapter 1. If you are having trouble accessing the Inquisitive, you don't have money to buy a code, you can't buy the books yet, you're waiting on money to come in, right? You need to wait till the 1st. You can sign up for a 2-week free trial for Inquisitive. Just make sure you use your CSUB email and your student information, and then you'll be able to get going on those assignments without having to wait for the book or having money to purchase the code. So you can get going on those immediately with the free trial, and then update that information once you get the code from either the book or the online publisher, right? So once you complete everything in week number 1, read through the course resources, schedules, and policies information, do the first 2 Inquisitive assignments for We the People. Remember, you don't have to complete the Inquisitive assignments for Governing California until week number 5, so just leave those alone until week number 5, right? Then week number 2's content will open up for you, right? And this is what the class will look like going forward for week number 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So every week from 2 through 5 starts with the assignment checklist and learning outcomes page. You go ahead and click on that. It'll tell you everything you need to do to complete the assignments that week and learn the material that week. You have chapters to read, lectures to review, right? You have to make 3 discussion forum posts every week. Your first one is by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. That is an initial post of at least 250 words, and then you have to do 2 follow-up posts by 11:59 p.m. on each Saturday of each week, right? So 3 posts total each week, 1 initial that answers the discussion forum prompt, and then 2 follow-up responses to students' posts themselves, 150 words each reply, please. And then you also have what we call chapter exercises, right, or chapter activities. These are all due by 11:59 p.m. On Saturday of each week, and these are easy assignments. They're not supposed to take you more than a couple minutes each assignment. It's very easy to complete. They're not meant for you to waste a lot of time. So if you're finding yourself wasting a lot of time on these assignments, you need to complete the reading and review the lectures a little bit better, because if you complete the reading and you review the lectures, you can breeze through these chapter exercises or chapter activities in like that, right, real quick. So please make sure that you're prepared for those, but those are very easy. Those are easy points, right? Also, the last weekly assignment you have is the inquisitive assignments that we talked about, and those are due by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. So there's 2 main deadlines, right? Wednesday, 11:59 p.m., you got to make sure your first forum post is posted. And then Saturday, 11:59 p.m., you have to make sure that your 2 follow-up posts on the forum are posted, that your chapter exercises are completed, and your inquisitive assignments are completed for the week, right? The rest of the week, you can do whatever you want, right? So make sure you meet those deadlines, and you can work at your own pace throughout the course, right? And then there'll always be every week your learning outcomes of what you're going to learn that week once you complete the material and the assignments, okay? There is a midterm exam and a final exam in this class. The midterm exam will come in week 3. You do have a whole week to complete it, though once you start it, you have to finish it. You only have about 70 minutes once you start it to complete it, but you get 2 attempts at the midterm and final exam. So say you take the midterm exam and you don't like your score, then you have the second attempt to raise your score. Maybe you didn't get as good a score on your second attempt as you did on the first. Don't worry, I'm only taking the highest score available. You won't be penalized for using that second attempt, even if you score a lower score than your original one, right? So if you haven't noticed, the emphasis on this class is to make sure you guys pass, right? I am a political science instructor, but I'm not under the illusion that everybody in here is a political science major. For the most part, nobody is a political science major. I might have 1 or 2 of you in here that is a political science major. This is a general education course, and I treat it as such, right? So if you put in the effort in this class, you will pass this class. I also apply a curve at the end of the class. Don't ask me what it is. We have to see what the scores look like. Many years in the past, I haven't even needed to apply the curve because everybody passed the class with flying colors prior to the curve, right? Speaking of a get out of jail free card, besides the curve, there is what I call the optional makeup paper. You can find information about this on the syllabus that essentially allows you to replace your midterm grade, right? So say you use up your 2 attempts on the midterm and you're not satisfied with it, with your grade, you have the opportunity to write a paper that will be due after the midterm that can replace your grade, right? And we'll talk more about the optional makeup paper after the midterm exam. So there's lots of get out of jail free cards. There's lots of opportunities for you guys to succeed in this class. And essentially, most students who put in an effort pass this class with flying colors, right? So that is essentially how the course is laid out. Each module for each week after week number 1, you'll have an assignment checklist and learning outcome. You'll have a page full of lectures and lecture notes, right, for each week. Some you only have a couple, some you have 3 or 4, but each week is a little bit different, but you can kind of gauge how your week is going to be in terms of work and workload by looking at the syllabus, right? So if you have something coming up, right, you need to make sure that week number 4, you have a lot of free time, you have family visiting, or you're planning to do a vacation, right? Then you need to essentially work ahead or make sure you allocate enough time for that week. But you can judge that by the syllabus, right? So every time that there are lectures for the week, you'll see lectures embedded right here. They're posted on YouTube. You'll have the lecture notes directly below that lecture for the week, right? So you could see here. lectures, lecture notes, lectures, lecture notes, right? And then week number 3, 4, and 5 will all be set up similar, right? I'm not going to go over week 3, 4, and 5 yet. I'm just showing you how 2 looks so you can kind of see how it's set up, right? So assignment checklist, learning outcomes, lectures and notes, additional readings, if there are any, will be hyperlinked here, right? And then you'll have your discussion forum. Again, initial post due by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, 2 follow-up posts due 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, right? And then you'll have your chapter activities. You have 3 chapter activities per chapter, a simulation, a video exercise, and a politics quiz. Again, these are all assignments that have 1 or 2 questions, 3 or 4 questions. All of these chapter activities for both chapter 1 and chapter 2, you should be able to complete under a half hour, right? So make sure you knock those out. Those are things you can do like in between meetings or classes, or it's essentially stuff you could do when you have some time, but you don't really need to pay that much attention, right? And students like these activities because they tie in a lot of the concepts and the theories that we're talking about to real world current events, right? So current events, not stuff that happened 10, 20, 30 years ago, stuff that's happening right now, right? And then there's a reminder to complete your inquisitive assignments at the end of each module, right? For We the People. And then week 5 comes along, you'll have Governing California as well. Again, you can look on the inquisitive assignment page for the due dates or the syllabus, and all the inquisitive assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. on Saturday of each week that they are due, right? That is essentially the course. Please make sure you watch the introduction video after this, which will tell you a little bit more about some of the assignments, some information about myself. But that's essentially how the class is set up. If you're able to knock out this week and get the ball rolling, you can get an early jump on week number 2 once you do all the assignments for week number 1. And then you can start getting a jump on the class. And like I said, I'm fully aware this is a general education class. If you put in the effort, there should be no reason why you can't pass the class. I'm here for any questions. I will have office hours twice a week starting on Tuesday and also on Thursday. And that link will be sent out via Zoom, so keep an eye out on that. Let me know if you have any questions, and welcome to the class.